Yeah. You can pop on for an episode. Do I have the microphone on? Yes, I do. Okay, hold on. Let me check real quick. Can you pull it up? I think it'd be better for that. See if it's working. Can you do that? I can do it real quick. So, for favors, we are doing a quick stream check.
Yeah, we are. Give me a flag.
I like. Actually, just get the voice on. Just get the voice on, and then he can like tell us if it's working or not via the chat. Okay, I should probably officially start the stream. Hello, modern world. Knight Zaviri here, and welcome to the first ever stream. Today I am here with Silver Rule.
Hello.
Also known as what's your
I have two actually, Blood Rose and Zuri.
There you go. You can go and follow her if you would like to do that. I think we had a viewer, but we lost them. Ha! Yeah, we're nerds. So, I hope you like nerdy things and fandoms and sexualities, because that's probably the only things we're going to talk about.
Yay.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to be doing here is inviting a friend over here so that we're not just two idiots talking, because I am using a headphone microphone, so you can probably only hear me talking.
You know what, baby? Who cares? We're trying.
Probably sound like crap. we need to buy a better microphone.
Jelly.
Unless we have a microphone. Like not right now. Thunder there.
It's somewhere.
It's somewhere.
Somewhere in the back.
Somewhere. So, a funny thing, this stream was supposed to happen on Saturday.
Saturday?
I'd been planning to do a stream on Saturday, but I didn't know it took 24 hours for YouTube to actually adapt my laptop in order to do streams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And then I meant to do it yesterday, but then I started watching Jacksepticeye. I was watching the Fractured But Full roleplay gameplay, and then that boy's supposed to be subscribed to me, wasn't it?
I forgot.
But anyway, the reason why it was posted like several years ago and I'm not watching it until now was because of a centipede-induced trauma. So it was like, okay, so I was watching whatever, and me in the living room in the middle of the night with my laptop on the floor. And so a little over halfway into it, I felt something on my leg, but because it was dark and I couldn't see anything, I brushed off as like a fly, because we have those in our house and it sucks. But it happened again a few minutes later, and I looked down and it's like this freaking 5-inch long red centipede crawling on my leg. And by the time I like shot up and went to kill it, it was gone and I didn't know where it went. So I kind of just didn't. I stopped and I left and I got scared. And so I'm just now watching that now.
Okay, good person.
Hello, friend. Would you like to say something so I'm not just an idiot ranting to myself, please? Oh, it's your boy, Paladin. What's up, my dude? This is Silver's boyfriend, for anybody who would like to know. He's also a Destiny player. He also does other things like Call of Duty. And he hates spiders. Can I die? That is a mood.
No, you cannot!
Silver says you're not. I don't know if you heard her screaming. Is the audio good?
Is it?
Or am I just all of the time? I don't think it shows whenever someone's typing, so I don't know if
I
it's
don't
just
think
being
so either.
unresponsive or if it's just like not.
Typing in a parrot.
It's like 86 degrees. Well, that sucks. But yeah, we currently have like 3 fans going
right now.
on Death Valley.
I would.
Into my suffering.
I would totally teleport one of the AC units to you.
That's not a thing you can do.
I would.
Teleportation is not a thing you can do. Can you hear? Can you hear Silver right now? Because she's kind of yelling and I can't tell.
My suffering.
Can't do that.
No.
Cool. Because we're literally using a microphone on one of those wire headphones that break too easily. That's good.
I love
In my ear.
you.
Thank you for that. The sarcasm thickens. You can literally cut it with scissors at this point.
Ooh.
Okay.
We're talking about like sexualities too.
That was the topic I was
That was a
bring
topic.
up. Oh, look at that. The boyfriend's being straight.
My boyfriend.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's fine.
Adorable.
Oh, I'm single. I'm single.
Yeah, you are.
I am. I've had relationships, but they never last. Rip. I've been in. Oscar was depressed, and there was like
I just told him
a relationship.
talk to you, and he never did.
Yeah, that lasted like a week. I'm gonna be a cooked chicken soon.
No.
I think honestly, you're more of an emu because you're aggressive and annoying, but you can murder someone. But you're also very scrawny. Silver is scared of you when you're angry, and I've seen you yell whenever you're streaming. You're an emu, my dude. Yeah. An emu. But anyway, I have like no idea how to like switch it so that I can like put something on the background, how to turn on the screen view because my webcam's covered, so you're not gonna see my face. I have no idea what I'm doing. I should have like pulled up a WikiHow before doing this. Oh well, too late now.
What topic should we talk about? What topic?
Head congestion, take some medicine for that. It might help with it. NLE. I have sucks to be you. Our school got out Thursday. Yeah, last Thursday. And it was like a half day, so we were only there till noon. It was great. We had like a full party Saturday.
Sucks.
It did
I did not get in.
Yeah, it sucks to be you. Yeah, so I'm gonna get into the pool. So we just sat there and we splashed her.
Yeah. And then I got trapped in the goddamn dog after.
That sucks, my dude.
Oh. I will be there soon for cuddles. I will be cuddles given.
not yelling anymore, so I can't tell if you can hear her anymore. But she pities you, Paladin. Quoting, "Cuddles shall be coming soon," end quote. What? Oh, does Heather want Minecraft? Do you want Minecraft?
I would like Minecraft.
She wants Minecraft.
I also need them.
Minecraft is cool. I don't see why people hate it.
Cool.
Like, there's such a stigma against it, and I understand why, because there are so many, like, pedophiles that were kind of in it, but most of those have been arrested and outed. And, like, the game itself, and some of, like, the kind of lower down people.
Yes.
All right, it's yours. Some of the lower down people are very cool. I enjoy watching them. She also needs a charger for the iPad. But anyways, like, it gets so much hate and stigma against it, and like a bunch of 12-year-olds play it. So it's either like interesting or it's a bunch of jerks playing. But honestly, well, yeah, but he's sometimes he's very family friendly. But Stampy, no hate against the guy. I used to watch him all the time, but he's very family friendly. And so sometimes it's just he's so optimistic that's kind of just it's like candy. It's like really great and you love it, but if you have too much of it, it's kind of like
I haven't been there in a while. I think Finn is also doing that. Call of Duty with his son.
I don't even like watch half the people, honestly. But there's ask Heather what?
I'm planning on getting that medieval book to where we can do it together, plus that Olympic City.
Yeah, she wants the Olympic City. Don't deny her the Olympic City. Yeah, noob. Like, there's some people out there, like good old Seto Sorcerer, who's magically appeared after 3 to 4 years of being missing. He's good. I like him. Can I just take the pixel art? Sure, my dude. But if she needs your help, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so backstory behind this. Silver and Paladin. Well, Paladin kind of wanted to build this Olympic kingdom, an Olympic City, and he had built like the wall and the entrance to it, but like he wanted her to help with it.
And I don't have the game
but we don't have the game because we sold our Xbox and we got the PS4, but we don't have it on PS4 yet.
PS3 is on.
Yeah, and our PS3, our old one, is at our aunt's house. So whenever we go over there, like if it's too cold to go out on the lake, we can just like stay inside and play on the PS3. There's a point behind that.
There is.
Yeah. Peyton, my dude, my fam. Have you been watching any TV shows lately or like movies? I want to talk about. Well, that is about to happen. What have you been watching? Probably our internet, honestly. Yeah, probably our internet. Sorry if the stream is slow and the responses are delayed. Internet is crap. The Fate series. What's that? Hold on.
What's
Let
that?
me Google that.
Wait.
Oh. What?
Anime. I know what that is.
Oh, it's an anime?
Is it?
It is an anime. Oh! Why the heck does that look like Kakashi?
Wait, what?
The guy on the cover, he kind of looks like Kakashi. Like,
No!
1 second. Tell me that doesn't kind of look like Kakashi.
That does not look like Kakashi.
It kind of does look like Kakashi. I'm gonna double tap this so that I can still see the chat while I'm like looking things up. I still have the fracture butthole pulled up because it's good. It's a good series. Fates, I'm not gonna even. Apocalypta. Thank you. Yes.
One of those series shows a guy
Killing children.
What happened in killing children?
That's messed up.
He dies.
That's good.
But it's still freaking messed up.
What episode? Oh, SpongeBob is currently muted on the TV.
Yes, it is. Nothing else to watch until midnight.
When South Park comes on.
You see, I'm trying to find things to keep me awake.
Yeah. I love Frankenstein. Again, not gonna attempt to pronounce that. She's so precious. She's a girl? Hey, P-O-C.
There it is, right there.
Ah, yes, of course. The Google search engine. A genius, honestly. I'm just kidding. It doesn't start till 1. South Park. Let's see. What does this girl look like? Frankenstein. Let's see. You can say it, but like, so she's pretty. She's got, for those who might watch this and can't spell nor pronounce nor do not know what this is, she has a white dress that's very poofy and goes down to her knee with purple accents. High heels. She has red hair. That's cut short. A horn. I guess. This thing that looks like headphones. She's got a necklace and what appears to be, but instead of like the spikes, it's just kind of a round ball. She's very pretty. She looks like she could murder someone with her bare hand. She's also kind of got like a Leia thing going on, like little buns almost. She's has a wishes for a groom. That's kind of depressing. It's like sweet, but kind of sad. And I see this picture where she's like with this one guy. He has brown hair and glass, like a white outfit with gold accents. Who's that? Who's that? I have no idea.
Tell me. I have no patience.
Oh yeah, I know. People appear to have fun with it. Oh my. Oh my. I'm clicking away. No. Gross. Sex repulse A celebrate. That's the guy that summoned her. Master. That's kinky.
No, don't take it. No,
it's probably totally normal. It's probably honestly totally normal. I'm just.
That thing has been.
Because so many people do it like that. Whenever they like role playing a lot of like kinky stuff, they're like that, and it's so weird. They're the masters in the episode. Oh, so it's like that kind of thing, where it's just kind of like. Okay, so. I don't want to say slavery, but slavery kind of thing, and they have to call them master, like nothing weird about it. I'd say it is a yes.
Oh my god, those are so pretty. Star clusters!
Yes, space is so cool. Computer can't handle the rendering. Let me just leave if I'm making that reference. I'm so sorry if anybody likes Markiplier. I like him too. I'm just very cringy. Okay. Quick science fact of the day. There are these lizards that have green blood. And it's like, yeah, it's not like normal things because there are animals that have different colored bloods. Humans, of course, have red bloods, octopi, lobsters, and crabs.
And then becomes red when oxidized with air.
No, humans are red.
Humans are pure red.
Yeah, humans are red. But like octopi, lobsters, crabs, and have like kind of a blue because their blood has copper in it. And there's like also some purple blood in worms and green blood in leeches. But like these lizards, the thing that makes their blood green should be able to kill them. It's the weirdest thing. There's this chemical that's called biliverdin that damages DNA, kills cells, and can destroy neurons. And yet, the lizards have the highest levels ever seen in any animal. Oh, Peyton update. Cool. All right. That makes sense. All right. So the servants are from Legends and Myths. So imagine Fairy Tale, Lucy and her Celestials. But back to the lizards. They contain up to 20 times more than the highest concentration of biliverdin ever recorded in a human, an amount that is proved to be fatal. And yet, they're not only still alive, they function perfectly fine. They're completely normal. They just have like this intense chemical in their blood that can literally murk somebody. And that has been your random science fact by Ed Young, placed on my Twitter by MyFrogCroak.
Thank you.
It is only polite to credit these people. But yeah, so there's your random sciencey fact for the day. Lizards. Okay. But the whole servants, that makes sense. The servants will fight other servants to be the last one standing, and they will be rewarded by having their wish granted. What is this anime? It went from like Fairy Tale to Hunger Games. It went what? Beautiful dog. What? It is a dog. The trending search is Dan and Phil. That makes me happy. I love watching Dan and Phil. They're my boys. You're closer to the mic so we can hear you better. Like, I know it's not that big, but they probably. Like, for me, they could probably hear you great now, but that kind of hurt me. I'm sorry. It's okay. It was just some Sanders Sides fan art. I love Thomas Sanders too. So cute. Thomas Sanders and the Sanders Sides. I love them so much. I love them so much. Who's your favorite Sanders? Who's your favorite Sanders side slash not really confirmed sides? So that would be like Sleep and October and Moon and stuff. Who do you like the most?
Virgil and Patton.
Oh, okay. Morality and anxiety. Yes.
Yes.
I would like to agree.
It's every fiber I mean not
like Remy and Virgil. Remy is the fanon name given to the Sleep character.
Shakespeare, Lancelot, Arthur, Drac, Achilles, Chiron, and Atalanta.
Those are some of the people you can summon, apparently.
Awesome!
Nice! Sitting here, we've like already moved on from this subject. He's still spewing information.
I love the information he's spewing.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I also like the headcanons that are given.
Headcanons?
Yeah, between all the Sanders. They're really cute. I've seen some Sympathetic Deceit, where he's actually just like a cinnamon roll, and he's kind of just like a witty, sarcastic jerk, but he's not technically like evil and like abusive like a lot of people said he was whenever he first came out. He's kind of just like a doofus. He's very aggressive. You know, I can just go, no, please stay. I don't want to be that one person. I just don't know if there's like an intense lag.
Please don't leave.
I don't know if there's just like a lag between us talking and then like what you're posting. And so that might just be it. It's like not that you're off or that we're off. It's just that internet sucks. Everyone that knows this can confirm we actually can't stream like any games. And I can't really watch live streams either. I'm so sorry. My good old friend Matt. Welcome to YouTube, where you become lonely as shit. And that's why I got Tumblr. That's the reason why I got Tumblr. Because YouTube's kind of crappy. Like, I love it. I get on it. But I just... you also can't do too much because they put restrictions up. But I want to watch like Paladin streams or Jar streams, and they're just like, oh, you wanted to do that? Sucks to be you. So, and hey, you always have at least like 3 people watching your streams, Paladin, at least. Sometimes you'll have like 15. I've seen you have. So like, yeah, I thought you were for school. I thought you got. I can't remember. Exempt. Yeah, exempt. I got exempt for the last 2 days because you had good grades.
Between 8th and 30th, so indicated and abuse warning, suicide position, and disorder.
Hey, that's pretty good though. 6 viewers isn't that bad.
I'm saying that because we are we, and it's patterns what it is.
Also, I don't have to go. Oh, Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
No.
I know it's exempt from Thursday.
It is. So. Have fun with that, my dude. Sorry. I really can't help the education system, which sucks.
The education system.
What's your profanity? Profanities. Language. Is anyone gonna comment on the fact that Kat just said language? Anyways. Yeah, so. But instead, I'm helping her school. Yay! SML. Oh, dude. Hey, at least you can, like, do anything while you're there, though. Not technically anything, but you can, like, be on your phone and stuff whenever you're done helping her. And what she's having you do can't be that bad. She can't make you do, like, a whole lot.
Just ignore the little snots trying to annoy you.
That's cute. Anyways.
That got weird.
No, it's not that weird.
That's cute.
I really love it. Sorry, I was going for something. Oh, Deadpool 2, how was it? How was it? Was it good?
How was it?
Was it good? Nope. It looked really good. The commercial did. We saw Infinity Wars, but we haven't seen Deadpool yet.
Infinity Wars.
I cried during Infinity Wars.
Poor child.
I did. I cried these very madly tears. Not really. I was very quiet, so I didn't disturb the theater. But it wasn't just
like
me.
the woman behind us.
Yeah, there was like this grown woman behind us, and she was crying too. When she started crying, I couldn't tell. I was too busy just like actually trying to not burst out.
I'm like,
yeah, no, I think spoilers. It was very good, funny, much more gore than the first. Good.
I would expect.
Was there less sex? Was there less sex? Because I don't want to be like covering my eyes for 5 minutes like in the first one.
5 minutes.
Because we're not allowed to watch.
Show it.
Yeah, like still. Parents. Yeah, but anyways. What? Well, Dad's kind of against that too.
That's kind of against it.
Yeah, so, but anyways. We were kind of, yeah. The spoilers ahead for Infinity Wars. the lady started crying, I think, after Bucky's death.
After Bucky's, probably.
Like, I think that got her started, but that's not funny! It felt so bad, like Peter after the snap. I keep on seeing, like, posts of, like, Peter whenever he enters the spiritual realm, and it's like Peter slowly waking up, and then he sees, like, Bucky, but his vision's kind of blurred, so he just kind of, like, sees the long brown hair, and he goes, Jesus! I'm like, it's funny, but it's not.
What do you do, Cupid?
Okay. That's kind of. I had to look at what Peyton just.
No, don't you dare do that to me! No! Don't do that!
Man, it's guys.
No, but no!
I don't know. But like after Bucky died, I thought that I would be okay. Because like I thought I was gonna cry, but then I did it and I was like, oh, I'll be fine. I'm not gonna cry, but then Peter died. And it took him so long. It took him so long because like his regeneration or whatever it's called, it kept on trying to keep him together. And it just took so much longer. It was probably so much more painful. And he knew it just hurt so much. So much. But I hope you can hear that groan in pain, because that was great. What are your views on Infinity Wars? Spidey sends a warning when he was going. Yeah, it did. What's your views?
My heart broke.
Me. So, yeah, honestly, mine did too. It hurt so much.
And then you realized that his line was improvised.
It was improvised, and it was so good. And I just like whenever I found it out, I was like, oh my god. 10 out of 10, so good. Even Loki choked. The first 5 freaking minutes. So they're like, no, but they're like, oh, Loki's such an important character in Infinity Wars 4. Boy, that kid is dead. Just like, how was he important? He gave Thanos the Tesseract? Is that why? Is that why he's important? Probably.
No better reviews. Magic.
Like his sorcery, magic, illusions, and make him a freaking knife to defeat the most powerful being in the universe. What are you doing, Marvel? Technically, he can't die because in mythology, he went around and he actually marked his name off the Book of Death. So technically, he cannot die. He writ his name off of Hell, so that he scratched it off the Book of Hell, so he cannot die. So he's probably not dead. Even though everyone's like he's dead, and he's probably not dead because mythology says otherwise. Yeah, so he's not dead. I'm going to deny it with my whole being.
I will deny Loki's dead.
Yeah, I'm denying it. So when Loki died, I was thinking of that meme where the guy screams, "Yo, holy, he's dead. Ooh, he needs some milk." I'm sorry I'm sorry for cringy. We're a bunch of cringy people. My channel is cringe, so if you show up later, you should be expecting this already. Dude, did you see my freaking bird? Like the latest video that I posted with the birds? It's so dumb. We were out in the lake fishing, and we noticed that no, he don't need milk. He needs a new throat. Can't drink milk if you don't got a throat to drink it with. you know, but with the birds, we were out in the lake, and we were approaching the bridge. We were looking for some fishing spots, but it was like noon. The fish weren't finding anyways. But yeah, it was really hot. Yeah, and we're approaching the bridge, and we saw like these weird things. They kind of looked like hornets' nests. And so we're like, oh no, this is probably a bad idea. But my dad's like, no, it's great, it's great. Get ready for this. You might gonna need to duck. And everyone digs. The bridge was really low. The water was kind of high. And the bridge was already kind of close to the lake, so we had to duck. But as you went under it, you could see all of the birds' nests. Oh, Paladin's gotta go. All right, night, Peyton. All right, dear friends, that was Paladin popping in on the stream for about 36-ish minutes. My dude. All right. Night. Yeah. So like the bird story. I'm not just gonna drop that. Oh, he loves you.
Me too.
We're actually a bunch of birds' nests, and as you went under, you could see all of them, and they were flying around. It was crazy. So I get out my camera, and there weren't any spots over there, and there wasn't any shades. We knew that we were gonna like die. So instead, we kind of just back, and as we were going back underneath, I took a video, and that was literally my latest YouTube video, and it's dumb. My channel is dumb. I'm not even gonna deny it. My channel is so stupid.
Better than mine.
You don't have it. Can you do?
Yeah.
And you haven't subscribed.
No, I want to keep myself on the low because of mom and dad.
Yeah, but like I followed you. I followed you.
And then they deleted my stuff.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to keep it on the low.
Yeah.
So I hide myself. What do you think you're doing?
They're practically no, Heather. They're not dumb. They know. But anyways, my dude. So who wants to hear a crap theory that I came up with in the middle of the night and decided to roll with, and is now posted on my Tumblr? Drag it from follow me because I don't have any followers, and I'm very sad. Sad person, okay? Yeah, my URL is Nights.Airy, and then my name is Dragons.Us because I'm unoriginal and lazy. I'm actually very lazy. Like I procrastinate so hard. I have so many stories ideas, and I don't write anything for it at all. I later in the stream after I get this theory out of the way because I want to talk about it. Putting yet. Here we go. Da 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 da. Oh, hold on, a meme. You know the meme with like the guy and the butterfly, and is this a pigeon? Well, it's the butterfly. Person showing interest in me. Is this? And if that's not a mood. But anyways, so it's literally titled Midnight South Park Theory because I've been getting into that lately. It's literally, what if Kenny's dead? What if Kenny's dead?
Kenny.
I love Kenny so much. Honestly, he's one of my favorite characters. So, basically, the is just like let's go with Jeff has multiple servants and first has the Reapers because like 3 people are dying at the same time on different sides of the world. Jeff can't just like extend his arms to like inflict them all at the same time. He doesn't even have 3 arms, I don't think. So like he just has like these Reapers, the Grim Reapers, kind of like Supernatural, that one's multiple Reapers around the world that kind of do that stuff. You've seen that episode, you know. Yeah. And so, yeah, with the crazy lady. But anyways, It goes along following like that Death has multiple servants called Reapers, and also in this, let's just go with, well, technically yes, Death would be considered an immortal god, or whatever the Necronomicon referred to them as. Yeah, the Necronomicon called them something else, I think, like dark gods or something. I don't know. Ask the goth kids. But ask Pete. But technically, they were all there before life, and there was, they were all there before the humans, and there was life before humans. So obviously, Death would be there if there's life. And so it's just like we all know, Kenny kind of got his powers via Cult of Cthulhu. Because at the end of Coon versus Coon and Friends, I think the episode's called in season 14. Yeah, I don't remember if that's the right episode, but it's in season 14. It's one of them. It's just like at the end of the episode, it's kind of like, oh, we should have never gone to that cult meeting after like Kenny had basically killed himself and reappeared. His mom was giving birth to him. It's really confusing unless you've seen the episode. But anyways, Kenny as Mysterion went to the goth kids to ask questions about it because it talks about how even Death May Die. That's like one of the last lines in the cult seance. Kenny looked pretty freaked out. But basically, he goes to questions the goth kids about that. And Henrietta is like talking about how summoning the Dark Ones didn't always go as planned. And so, like, maybe instead of summoning Cthulhu, they accidentally summoned Death. And it would explain why he can't die and how he was able to kill a Reaper. Which, the whole Reaper death was a really, really early episode. I want to say episode 3? I know it was like season 1 or like pre-seasons whenever it first came out. That was like really still very easy cut out-ish. But like, oh, but then why does he always get killed? Well, the whole take one to no one thing. It could be like his training and conditioning. Because well, you kind of want to like get them used to it. For example, in the martial arts, if you get caught like a submission, if you keep doing it over and over again, eventually you'll be able to do it yourself, which I have done it from experience. I learned an arm break by getting submitted in it so many times, and I can do it almost like flawlessly now. Like, strength is not technically I can do it. And so say it's not the same for this. And also, yeah, show him like the different ways of death, and also condition him, because death isn't really supposed to have emotion. Creature, and so by constantly killing him and then having his friends forget, I feel like his conditioning and like getting him ready to like have to kill them. They're not immortal, but he is. So it could just kind of be the universe's way of just like setting things right. And also, back to the even Death May Die. Kenny was like terrified. You can see the fear on his face. It's like not his normal, really triggered face. Whenever he shows up Mysterion, he always looks mad. But after that, he like was actually quite freaked out, and then like he ran off, like demanding for the goth kids. And so like he doesn't know what he is, but he kind of has a feeling. And so I kind of like think that maybe that's why. Like that's the evidence behind why he's dead. It's just they kind of screwed up, and then like everything that's happened to him, and explain why. We do need to watch it. I haven't watched all of South Park. I've like seen a few episodes here and there, and I've watched the Stick of Truth game, and I'm obviously watching the Fractured Butthole game right now. Still honestly need to watch a few things in order to get like a full understanding of the characters. But what I mostly have right now is we don't have a freaking Kenny, and that moment whenever you think you know. Incorrect. So yeah, my stupid midnight theory. I actually made like the post at like 2 in the morning. So like, if there's any like mistakes in there, just know that was like a midnight induced sugar rush thing. Not me. Coffee's gross. Coffee's gross.
We would try to get you a drink coffee.
Quick roast coffee is literally meth. Like, it's not coffee, like it's coffee, but they're super special local brewed secret ingredient. It's literally drugs. I'm not even messing with you right now. I'm sober. Yeah, in the Stick of Truth, before Tweak can come and join your group, you have to help him finish his chores, or else he's not allowed to leave the coffee shop. And so he also has a few things to do in the shop. So he's like, if you can go grab this for me, then I can get done with my chores quicker and I can come join y'all. And so you go to get the special ingredient, and it says that it's located next to Kitty's house. And it's just like, oh, hey, why would it be next to Kitty's house? Because he kind of lives on the outskirts of town. His house is real beat up. So you kind of like go there thinking, because the farm's up north and you're heading down south. So you get there and you realize you have to go into his side garage. So you get the key from his mom and you go in there, and it's literally a bunch of drug dealers and you have to fight them. You have to kill them. I'm like not even messing with you right now. It is literally drugs. Drugs. And that's why he's always like super jittery and addicted to coffee. It's not like your normal like caffeine addiction. He's literally addicted to drugs and he doesn't know it. This poor 9-year-old. Sometimes I forget they're only like 10 years old. Like I'll sit here and I'll like watch this like crazy thing I'm doing and I'll be like, ha ha ha, wait, those are 10-year-olds. Same with freaking Ike and Ferkel. Ike, for those who do not know, we're talking about South Park, so like, but like maybe if you're watching the stream, you're just like you don't watch South Park. Ike is Kyle, one of the main fours, adopted little brother.
Happy birthday, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle's birthday on the show was like 2 days ago. It's from when the stream's up. And Ferkel is the youngest of the goth kids, and let me tell you, he is precious. I love him. And I ship them, and I'm sitting here looking at all this fan art with like the ships between them, and they always draw them as like teens and stuff. And so I'm sitting here like, they're so cute, and then I remember they're like just shipping like preschoolers. I'm like, what does my life become? I'm gonna lose like what for saying that, but I mean like I'm shipping their teenage selves, so I think it's fine to say that I ship these two. They're so cute. They're so gay. Like the fan art for them is very like cinnamon roll esque. There's no angst. I haven't seen one angst pics of them together, and it's such a relief because South Park is so like the show itself. Like it tackles like all of these controversies, and it's great, but it also like does room for jokes. But when it gets sad, it's like really depressing. And so it's like good to have like this ship where it's just only cinnamon, it's only sugar, and just like cute. And I swear, if anyone watches this and draws angst afterwards, I'm gonna throw myself off a cliff. after looking at it for like a while, it'd probably be really good. All like the angst artists are really good. Angst people tend like it's always like the good artists who like can show the most feels because they're really good at drawing emotions. So whenever they draw like angst and emotion and like depression, it's always so just intense, and I don't know what to do with myself. But we should probably talk about stories now because I think I'd talk about that later in the stream. So the first thing I want to talk about is my Realm Travelers story. I guess that'd be a good place to start off because you can actually like find that on my media, one of the two medias that I have, which my Wattpad is practically inactive. So, yeah, the Realm Travelers consist of 6 people. I had to count for a second. I don't know. It consists of 6 people, most of which you can find on social media. So the first one is Classic Psy. Also find him on Twitch. He's a British streamer, ex-YouTuber. He's very funny. The next is Seto Sorcerer Seto. I love him. He's my cinnamon. Third one is Azu James, who you can occasionally find on Twitch, and you can find him on Twitter. Then it is Matt Carrera, who is Matt, Surrock, and then Ken, who I don't know. I haven't found Surrock and Ken's media yet, so I don't know if they have one. Surrock's name is Brian. I can't remember like Ken's gamer tag, but yeah. It's basically the idea of this is that we have a bunch of these different realms that are connected. Like they're all connected, like parallel and alternate dimensions and stuff. So, for example, let's take 2 games and just use those as an example. Terraria and World of Warcraft. Yeah, let's just use those. Those would be considered 2 different dimensions, and travelers, also known as jumpers, can kind of travel between the 2 using portals that they create themselves. Not necessarily using magic. It's almost like like a Tai Chi kind of thing. It's very aura based, but it's not necessarily magic. There is a science to it, but it's not technology. You can't just give it to someone. But and so we start off our story like that, and the 2 realm travelers are Isaac and Matt, and we start off with actually Matt and James, in which James is a life elemental, so he can do healing and manipulate plants, which I know there's a term for that, but don't ask me what. And yeah, so it starts off with them trying to outrun the Reach dimension, which was the dimension they were born in, but Matt just kind of wanted a way out. Anymore, he hated it there. And James was supposed to be arrested because he'd basically done something illegal. It wasn't a big deal. It's not a big, and the Reach dimension it wasn't. So they were kind of on the run, where they ran into Isaac, who had been, oh my god, this story is so OC. It's so OC. But like, I don't know what to do with myself. Basically set up for adoption, even though in real life he like constantly watches after his parents' cats, which I think is really cute. He always posts pictures of his parents' cats, and I'm like, oh, look at that. But anyways, this was like all written before I found their Twitters, honestly, and I just kind of stuck with it because I thought it was kind of cute. But it's very like OOC, like my universe, my rules kind of thing. Well, basically, they ran into Isaac, and I kind of picked them up, and they taught Isaac how to realm traveler, even though James can't travel. He can't make his own portals, Matt could. And they basically teach him how to do it. They run around, they meet Surrock, who was a sorcerer, but had his men from Harmonic, who can drop the mic, who can control auras. And he basically lost his powers to that. And they also meet Ken, who is an immortal, who had accidentally gotten in time and space and ended up in limbo somehow. So basically an immortal. And then they end up meeting Seto,
which I haven't chosen a direct way in which they meet him, but they'll become real good friends and stuff. And they all live together in a place called the Fourth Dimension, which Isaac, Matt, and James had been on the run for a while, and they found a dead dimension, which is a dimension that had long ago went through Armageddon and no longer can house life. And they found a dead dimension and were able to kind of inhabit it. And they kind of started chilling there, and they called it the Fourth Dimension because technically every single realm has a fourth dimension. It's like a very like a parallel universe, and there's like it's a very abstract concept that like I really don't understand, but they call it the fourth dimension. So
you're the creator and you don't understand.
I understand it for the most part, but it's really kind of hard to explain it. I've seen people explain it very nicely before, but I myself kind of struggle with it. Like I can explain how like the realms of parallel universes work. Just like don't ask me how the fourth dimension and third dimensions and like second dimensions. I don't know. Yeah, but anyways, and they kind of just inhabited that place, and they go through all like these quirky and they all go through like these quirky and kind of dumb adventures while kind of like finding themselves, which sounds really cheesy. They all in like some way have been like oppressed or repressed and like kind of lost themselves at some point. This is them really finding themselves again. Because Isaac never really got a childhood because he was put up for adoption, so he doesn't really understand that those kind of. Matt and James had been on the run since they were like 12, because that's whenever they had originally left the dimension. Ken had his power, not Ken, I'm sorry, Sirach had his power stolen from him. Ken obviously got trapped in limbo, so he's kind of stolen from his family, and he really can't get back. And then Seto, I have literally made him a mess in this AU. Ooh.
Seto, if you find us,
I apologize. I'm such an angsty person with Seto. I just love him so much. For some reason, whenever I love a character, I tend to immensely torture them in my writing.
You do,
it really is. It really, I don't understand why, but basically, lots of like trigger warnings with that one, like abusive parents and like a lot of like black magic going on over there. It's really depressing, and they find each all kind of like helping each other, like they're helping each other help themselves, really, and it's very fluffy. Like there are some very angst moments though. Like there's this one that I kind of like written down called the Cavern of Deceit or Cave of Deceit, and it's very depressing, and it like talks about James and Seto's backstory, who at that point in the timeline hadn't been talked much about. Like, it hadn't been written down, it had been referenced to, but it hadn't really been stripped down to, like, its bare parts and talked about. And this is like that. And so when it gets depressing, it gets really freaking depressing. But, like, it's mostly a fluffy fic. It's not really a flick, it's actually a bunch of one-shots, actually. It's very OOC, though. It's so controversial. It's just like, oh, it's so cute and fluffy, and then like it hits you with like depression. It's like, oh shoot. So yeah, hey, that's me, honestly. In a nutshell, that's my life story. Look, positivity is one thing. Well, damn it, can I go like throw myself off a cliff? And if that doesn't explain, I don't know what does. Yeah. literally nobody's watching this stream, so I can talk about whatever I want to. Rip my life. Rip my life. And freaking, I actually forgot. I was like scrolling through my doc because I was looking for it. And hold on, I got the freaking Renegade thing with Karaxu. Alright, so Karaxu. Oh, I have a viewer. Hello. We were just talking about the stories that I write. So, Karaxu is a YouTuber. I have no idea. They haven't said anything.
Please comment.
I don't think you can hear her, but that was Silver. She was saying hi. Karaxu is a YouTuber who hasn't posted in a long time, but he does a lot of building things and kind of in-game crafting, and he builds these extravagant games. But this story kind of rotates around him, and he's in like this kingdom, and it's like the last monarchy, and basically him and his team over here, which is the crew, so Rage, Hollow, Fluke, and Evans, they overhear that the king wants to take over the rest of the land, and so they're like, that's really bad. Oh, special appearance from brother. Hello, I'm live streaming. Would you like to come say hi? What? Yeah, you can watch. We're talking about my stories right now. Say hello to the one viewer we have. Peyton was here earlier, but he left. Weaver says hello. Weaver is my younger brother.
Who is this person?
My dude. I don't know. Don't be rude. But anyways, so back to the story. They find out, and so they kind of go to leave, but then something happens. I'm not going to say too much, and Karaxu has to flee on his own. And he ends up in this small desert town, in which he meets this young sorcerer, which I actually wrote down their interaction. So should I read the interaction, or just kind of like not embarrass myself? Should I do something and regret it, or regret not doing it?
God, what will you do?
Yeah, this one person.
This person, but they're not talking.
I'm not gonna. All right, I'm gonna read it. I have to prepare for a failure at writing. What? Say again. Oh, mom. Yeah, we can go outside. Sunday. Want to go outside?
I didn't want to go outside.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move outside. Yeah.
Good night, children.
Can you? I'm care about your charger.
Nicholas.
Alright, I'm gonna embarrass myself now. Alright, so the title of the story is Renegade. And so currently the chapter I'm about to read is just after Karaxu makes it into the desert town and is about to have his first interaction. I casually strolled into the desert town. Shops were open, and there were a few of the townsfolk walking about, going along with their day. Though one building caught my eye. Do you need something? Oh. A sign out front stated Sorcerer's Stew, Brewery and Bar. The small building looked slightly beaten up, but not abandoned. I noticed it was much more well kept on the inside. Tables littered the polished wooden floor. A long bar settled at the back with multiple barrels and shelves with glass cups behind it. Behind me, the door finally shut, causing a single bell to ring. From the back, I heard someone yell, "Coming!" I decided to take a seat on one of the bar stools. Running out from the back doors, a young child. He seemed no older than 19 and had a faint dash of freckles dotting his nose and cheeks. His brown hair was messy and slightly overgrown, covering part of his missed brow. No, stop. Sorry for the interruption. His brown hair was messy and slightly overgrown, covering part of his mismatched brown and purple eyes. He had a long purple cloak that covered most of his other clothing. He smiled childishly. "Hello and welcome to the Sorcerer's Stew. My name is Seto. How can I help you today?" His playful demeanor made me smile. My name's Karaxu. I'm looking for a potion maker. Seto laughed. Well, it just so happens I am one. This place isn't a bar till 6. Great, and we lost a viewer. Rip my life. I'm still gonna read. Great, but I need an experienced one. The team looked offended. I'll have you know, I have the capabilities to create any potion in the book. I've memorized half the spells known to elves, dark magicians, Greek, Romans, sorcerers, wizards, and warlock. And all the spells I can do simply by reading them from the book. Please, do tell, what's so hard to make that possibly I could struggle putting it together? God's potion. For a moment, we both stared at each other, genuinely surprised at what the other had said. I've been traveling everywhere, looking for someone who could make a God's potion, and so far, not one being could make such a potent power. Oh, Seto itched his head. I don't think I have all the ingredients, but I cut him off. You can make it? He smiled. Of course I can. Did you not hear what I just said? I can create any potion. It may take a while, but still, I know how hard it is for you Egyptians to make potions. I paused. How did you know? Easy, he giggled. All magicians from Egypt wear the mark of the Sun Fury. He pointed to the tattoo on my arm. I smiled awkwardly at him. Well, I better get packing. Some of the materials I need don't stay in season long. Also, someone came through the door. And that's kind of the end of that one. Blah, blah, blah. They go on. He meets the other people in the town while basically Seto goes around and like gathers all of the things to make the potion. And yeah, long story short, overthrow the game. But anyways, this has been going on for over an hour. I have no idea what to do. And there's no one watching. So yeah, I think I might cut it off. I don't really have much to do, but very. Hello. I'm live streaming. An appearance from Mom. Yeah, I'm like, no one's watching. Peyton was watching earlier, and then there was someone else, but they didn't comment anything. And so I was kind of reading one of the story clips that I'd written. And like halfway through, the one person that had been watching left anonymously. Yeah, she did. Yeah. But I think I'm going to end this live stream off here. Because it is 11 o'clock where I'm at. And I have a series to catch up on. So, that's all for now. Night Severi, signing out.